Hey, what's up guys? I woke up today and I saw my main Clash Royale deck at #1 in the world. And if you think about it, the deck has got substantially stronger in the meta. Because archers are one of the most played cards in the game, you have arrows and goldenite to pulverize them instantly. So if they rely on archers to snipe your flying machine or damage down your Royale recruits, it's not going to work out so well for them. And other S-tier cycle cards like Goblins and Goblin Gang get completely clapped by Barbarian Barrel and Goldenite. Since you're always splitting up pushes with the Royale Recruits, Zappies, and Royale Hogs, you'll find multiple points of weakness from your opponent. And when you do, the Goldenite and Flying Machine will punish your opponents as the golden way to win. If you don't have Goldenite, use Electro Spirit instead. You can also use Goblin Hut for Goblin Cage, or Fireball for Barb Barrel or arrows. So let's go jump straight into some games and assert dominance with my main deck in Clash Royale. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Lots of love to everyone that's supporting the channel with creator code SirTag. Hey, what's up, Timber? So first things first, we're gonna try to make your towers fall like timber out here. They're gonna be cracking like wood when that Goldenite locks onto them and loads up the value. So we're gonna go for the Goldenite in the back just because it's nice to figure out what our opponent's deck is. If they're gonna have Bowler and a lot of splash damage with maybe like a Fireball and a Valkyrie, kind of good for us to get damage in single elixir because it's going to be hard for us when he has the elixir to afford all of his answers to us in the later stages of the game. So we see lightning and we see Royal Ghost. So that is making me think that it'll probably be a Royal Giant deck. There's a chance it's Electro Giant, but 9 times out of 10 when you see lightning and a Royal Ghost, it's going to be RG, which is going to be great for me because your splash damage is out of cycle with the Royal Ghost and you don't have Fireball, you have lightning instead. So that is going to be able to rack up, 1,000 damage. Wow, that is pretty spicy. We can go for our Zappies all on the same side because we know that he doesn't have a way of killing that with a Fireball. He might end up having like some weird version with like Hunter and then maybe like a Mother Witch or something. But even then, that's not super scary for me because we got the Goldenite to dash on to whatever cards he's got in the back. Yep, it's a Mother Witch as we expected. So we're not going to click the Goldenite ability immediately. We want to be able to kill whatever cards he's got near. Then he has a lot more to fear because then the Goldenite can dash onto the Mother Witch and hit the tower. And let's go. That's what I wanted. That's what we needed. Sometimes just the presence of the Goldenite can force out extra elixir from the opponent, and always keeping your opponents guessing on when you're going to drop the ability is the secret to extracting the maximum value from him. Otherwise, they're just going to keep dropping 1 elixir cost cards. You're going to click the ability, and then you're going to waste 1 elixir for no reason whatsoever. It's all good, though. We're going to go for our Royale Hogs here with the Flying Machine, because remember, he's not going to end up having anything besides the Lightning. And the Lightning doesn't even target the Flying Machine. What the heck? I did not expect that to work out so well. Wait, the Barb Barrel isn't even going to get touched, so he has to go in for a Royal Ghost, too. Oh, man. That Flying Machine has got a mind of its own. The AI is risen. It's become sentient. It's knowing how to do more damage than you guys have ever expected. Holy heck, this is quite cool. We can go in for the Goldenite ability if he doesn't have the right card cycle, but we're just going to wait and see. Yeah, going into a robust Fisherman is just a terrible decision. I'm not going to go and drop the 1 elixir ability there because it doesn't give me anything. Do I Fly Machine on the right-hand side? I think stacking up as many Fly Machines as possible is optimal for this deck. Because remember, he had to Lightning on the last one. Are you going to Lightning again for a -2 trade every single time? Or are you just going to let all of your stuff die? Your choice, man. Whatever you want to do is chill for me. So, you guys have noticed he hasn't had any opportunities for going in for the Royal Giant. His first one will be right now on the left-hand side with all of his clumped up stuff. Yep, as expected, that's where it went down. We can go for a Barbarian Barrel to finish off the Fisherman, and then we can go for the Goldenite here. And we should be A-okay as long as, he doesn't get a single shot on our tower, which literally didn't even happen. Yeah, that's kind of cool. If you guys hate playing against Royal Giant Lightning, I'm pretty sure this is the best deck in the entire game to beat it. If I were to build a deck to hard counter it, it would probably be ours. Wait, he's going to go in for another one. He wants to go into 6 Zappies. Oh, no, one of them died. Where'd the Zappy friend go? Where'd your bro go? Oh, wow, it went to 3. Wow, it got half. This guy is doing some maximum arithmetic to find a way to defend. So, yeah, it's not going to happen anymore. He's dead. I mean, he's probably going to try to, like, Lightning on 3 little piggies, which would be the weirdest fairy tale I've ever seen in my life. And we walk away the win. So as you guys can see, even if you play against a good Royal Giant player, they will be no match at all. With the win already in the bag, our sole mission this game was to see how many Zappies we could stack up. And dominating that dude puts us at 3,800 in the world. We got a game against Nico. We'll see what they're up to. We got a lot of dragons in the banner. So we'll see if they're going to have like a Lava Hound deck. That's where you can fit the maximum dragons in your deck if you're really looking for an excuse to put them all in a deck. That's really the only way you can play it. He's going to have Giant Skeleton though, so making me feel like it might be like, I don't know, Royal Hogs with Giant Skeleton, maybe a Graveyard deck, potentially some deck that I haven't played against before, or a Hog Rider deck, which is, I guess, the most common. So we shall see, my dude. This is going to be great because we can activate King Tower with the Firecracker, but he's probably going to go for a Hog Rider. So I would love to have my Goblin Cage in cycle, but we do not see you, Shrek. Where'd you go, dude? Where are you right now? Right when we needed you most. I think we're just going to go for a Barbarian Barrel here up high, so then he's not able to get the Firecracker to give him as many hits onto our tower as he's hoping for. And then we can dash onto the Firecracker and then hit his tower too. Oh my gosh! That Golden Knight. He knew what he wanted in life and he went straight towards it. He jumped. He's like, dude, you give me the moment. I will seize it. I will never miss this opportunity. I've trained for this moment my entire life. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. That was an S tier interaction. If I go in for Royal Hogs here in the right-hand side, I feel like it could be better if we go and split them up, just because we don't know what our entirety of our opponent's deck is. I do want to go in for arrows here. If we can go and hit that Firecracker, that's awesome. It's also going to damage down the weaker tower as well. Here's one thing. I hate the fact that he's always applying aggression when we don't have the right card cycle. Like, yes, we're going to be able to go and kill the Hog Rider, and yes, we're going to get counter push, but Golden Boy, you're just kind of left all alone. You don't have any friends. Oh, wait. Kind of was hoping that that would be able to push the Barbarian a little bit faster to the tower. Oh, the Barbarian did hit the tower, and the Golden Knight's going to come out swinging for 3 shots. Oh, wait. He was about to slap the tower again. It didn't quite work out. I guess I want to go for a Fly Machine here to activate King Tower. I think that would be the most optimal avenue for us to explore. Because we are able to kill the Firecracker, and he misses as well. I thought the Firecracker's IQ was buffed, but that's real tough stuff. That was pretty funny. I can 100% arrows here just to kill the goblins a little bit quicker, because even though the goblins aren't necessarily a great trade for us, it is a good trade because it keeps the Fly Machine alive a little bit longer, because the Royal Hogs are not able to die immediately. So nothing dies there, and it's just unfortunate for our dude. Oh my gosh! Wait, is this able to dash onto the Firecracker as well? Wait. What the heck was happening? Did you guys see that? What the heck? Y'all gotta let me know down below in the comment section. Like, that Hog Rider and Firecracker just did not know what they were doing. I'm gonna go in for arrows here. I want to hit goblins again. Unfortunately, he was smarter and he drops it in a peculiar spot a little bit further up that I wasn't able to fully counter. We should be able to annihilate the Firecracker though with the Barbarian Barrel, so I will vibe with that. I'm gonna go and do that immediately, and then I want to be able to kill that and finish off the Firecracker, and then go in for a Goblin Cage Brawler, and then go for Golden Knight on offense, please. No damage taken up in here. Let's go. That was a little bit sticky and tricky, but you guys know we don't mess around out here. We only mess people up. I should be able to stop him from going for goblins up high with that Golden Knight dash. Yo, say hello to damage. One more hit, one more hit. It wasn't it. It wasn't it. It wasn't that last hit. We got to go zappies here as well. We've got Goblin Cage. We will hold the door. You got to explore with the Hog Rider. You can't do anything else. You've got to explore with the Hog Rider. Otherwise, you know, the door's going to get slammed in your face, my dude. We're to arrows, and we were going to walk with a dominant W. That was a super easy and satisfying win. Even if you end up playing against Cannon, it's no problem. You don't need a big spell. You can just easily overwhelm with Royal Hogs and Golden Knight and Goblin Cage counter pushing. And that win pushed us all the way up to 3,100 in the world. Yo, this guy finished 709 in the world, so he's going to be a very good player. All right, let's go. It's kind of cool to watch the arena and have the butterflies floating around the map. I don't know if you guys noticed that before, but I like that this actual arena has animation and just some more intricate details to it, instead of just like a copy-paste Clash Royale arena. So, what do we do here? Yo, you're logging, wasting a miner? You're down a lot of elixir, and you don't have the appropriate counters for this. The presence of the Golden Knight should force out a lot of elixir. So you're scared of me going and using the dash. I think I can use the dash. Oh no, no. Everything died to the Mighty Miner Bomb. Jeez, that card is so obnoxious with poison. This is infinite damage potential, and the blowback knocks back my stuff so that I can't attack. All right, well, it is what it is. I guess I can go and catch your miner with my zappies, and then going for Royal Hogs. Probably going to split push them. Generally want to go in the opposite lane of you, so maybe we can go and drop all of our Royal Hogs on the right-hand side. I maybe want to go for like, yeah, I think I just want to go all on the right-hand side. I think that's better. And drop them more so on the inside so then they're closer towards the mortar so we can immediately get on top of that if necessary. And that worked out wonderfully. We forced out archers on the right-hand side so he can't go and piggyback off of those archers defending and dropping a miner in front of that for the damage all cohesively in one side like you would typically want to. Then we can congratulate those archers with a nice defense, with our own defense with the Barbarian Barrel, and that should lock on the tower for one hit, right? Yeah, nice, cool stuff. So we're currently up 200 damage, but this matchup gets really miserable if you're in an even situation because they can spell cycle you directly with minor poisons, and there's just a lot more potential for this guy to get value. So I'm trying not to let that happen. It's going to go for zappies here, force out goblins again in the right-hand side where he doesn't want to be dropping them because there's no counter push available for him. And then we can go rail recruits in the back. He could go miner and poison, but if he goes miner and poison, I don't have a good way of catching it because the rail recruits are super susceptible to poison. I think I'm just going to cycle them in the back and get him to go miner in front. Yeah, he's going to drop Miner in front range for sure, right? Yeah, he just gets so much damage while the Miner is going to be able to get, you know, targeting the tower since the recruits take forever. They take their sweet time out here. We can go for a fly machine, and then we can go and split our Royal Hog so we don't give him too much poison value altogether. We optimally want the fly machine to sneak through in the right-hand side and have him poison on top of the recruits and the Royal Hogs, but he decides not to do that. Oh my gosh, the fly machine locked into the tower. The piggies are still alive. Give me the Golden Knight Dash. He doesn't have Ice Spear and Cycle. He doesn't have anything besides Mighty Miner, and he doesn't have Elixir for that. So because I knew what my opponent's card cycle was, because he dropped an Ice Spirit and Goblins, he had no cheap Elixir cost cards. That's when you take advantage of the situation and go and drop your gigantic, colossal value with your Golden Boy. So we're going to go for Royal Hogs here. I want the mortar to go and target the Royal Hogs instead of targeting my tower optimally. And then we can go in for another Golden Knight in the right-hand side. I think that this is going to be shut down by an Ice Spirit. We'll have to wait and see. Not the best dash of my life, but it is what it is. You can't get everything from the Golden Knight. Sometimes he's lazy, and sometimes he's an Olympic athlete. There's never an in-between with him. All right, we can go in for Zappies, and then maybe go in for a Barbarian Barrel here, depending on what happens. Definitely want to take full advantage of the situation of the fly machine on the left-hand side, just because it will be able to kill the mortar, and it'll also be able to, you know, target the tower that's pretty weak. So he's going to go for Goblins. Doesn't seem like he has much here. Oh my gosh, he just dropped a defensive mortar.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Yeah, about that, bro. I think that you might have needed that. What if I go Golden Knight right now and it just dashes through the mortar onto the tower? Yep, that's what's up. Without a building, you're going to get blasted to oblivion. He actually had 1 HP on the tower. That would have been ridiculously memey if it was left standing. But yeah, we can't leave the towers left over because we have to rush up the ranks and steal your medals. And now we're top 2,600. And last season, that guy was ranked at 700 in the world at over 2,900 medals. So recently, one of the top ranked players in Clash Royale. And beating him was pretty easy. Yo, Milton finished 90 in the world. So yeah, we're just getting all the top ladder players today. That's crazy. So he's going to snowball my tower. I think Royal Hogsing at the start when we see snowball is optimal because now he doesn't have anything to blow that back. Oh, geez. Yeah, you're going to blow me away with Sparky damage, but you messed up. You dropped your Sparky in the worst spot possible. If you dropped that directly behind your tower, you would have been able to hit all my piggies, but I guess you didn't want too much bacon at one time. Maybe you want to sizzle each piggy and then, you know, really savor the flavor, I guess. Oh, Shrek, you're going to see your friend Shrek. You're going to see your other Shrek Goblin Cage. Okay, so I guess I want to go for Royal Recruits here. He is definitely going to go in for a lot of spam here, probably with like a Barbarian Barrel if I had to guess, if he's got it. Is he not going to do it? Is he just going to lose his Dark Prince? He's going to lose his Sparky and he's going to have to deal with the Goblin Cage counter pushing? Wait, this has gone really well for us. Especially if I can get Zappies down to finish off the Phoenix. I was kind of hoping that we could apply more aggression. As you guys saw, I was very antsy to drop my Zappies at the river. It wasn't necessarily the best strategy, but it worked out. You know, we're continuously piling on pressure when he doesn't have Dark Prince in cycle. So it's going to be harder for him to, you know, surmount a decent defense against the Royal Hogs coming through. Snowball comes through. Now he's going to have Dark Prince in cycle, but I don't know if he's going to want to do that. Also, the Hunter's dead. Wait, he dropped 6 Elixir there. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Hunter, Snowball, 6 Elixir, just completely wasted. You don't get any counter push with that. It just dies to my tower. That's remarkably good. If I go Barbarrel, that will give us 1 hit on the tower. If I go Golden Knight, it will also give us a hit on the tower, but it will also die to the Sparky for 4 Elixir, so don't really want to do that. Kind of want to set up a Goblin Cage on defense, so then we can, you know, stack up some defensive value that doesn't die to the Sparky instantaneously. That's more of the vibe for me. Also, if I went for a Fly Machine too early, it would immediately go into the Goblin Cage Brawler, which is not the strat, which is never the play for me. Do we go in for the Royal Recruits after the Sparky shoots on top of the Goblin Cage? I think that's optimal, because the... Oh, no. The Goblin Giant killed it. If I let my Goblin Giant counters out of cycle, like if I didn't end up having the Goblin Cage, that Goblin Giant would have racked up 1,000 damage. Oh, man, I'm so happy that worked out for us. The Phoenix should die. I'm expecting him to go in for a Hunter here, so I want to go Golden Knight and then Barbarrel on the Hunter so it can just be perpetually distracted, so then we're able to kill it and the Fly Machine doesn't die, hopefully. Oh, it didn't work out. But wait! The Dark Prince is closer to the tower. Even if you counter the piggies. Do you really counter the piggies? Do you really, sir? I don't think so. Man, I guess the good thing about our deck is even if you're playing against top 100 players in the world, like this guy finished 90 in the world, it just doesn't matter if they've got Dark Prince. It doesn't matter if they have Valkyrie. You find opportunities of dealing damage because the Golden Knight, when your opponent's elixir is low, it just comes through and it bustles and it rustles and it makes your opponent just super frustrated with the situations. So I'm going to go for a Barbarian Barrel here, and he's stacking up a lot of stuff. This is where the matchup becomes slightly scary, where they're able to overwhelm you with a lot of splash damage in the later stages of the game. But while you're defending, right, like I didn't even have to think about arrowing out his tower or applying aggression because my Royal recruits had built-in pressure for me. That's why the majority of the Clash Royale community hates Royal recruits. They're incredibly easy to play, and sometimes you can win without thinking. Our Royal army wrecked someone that finished 436 and 107 in the world. Jump into the game, this guy is resurrected, and his clan is just alternating caps, and it's so hard to read. Bro, you're trying to give me a headache or something. I'm gonna go for zappies in the back, and he showcases bowler. So whenever I see bowler, I'm immediately expecting Lumberjack balloon freeze, which is not a good matchup when you play into it in the later stages of the game. So if that's the matchup, I want to go for Royal Hogs and get a lot of damage early on. Otherwise, I'm likely gonna lose. So we're gonna roll through and see what we can do. Maybe I can go in for a goblin cage here. I just think it's a bit risky. So I would prefer to go for a fly machine here and then barbarian barrel on the bowler and then go in for a goblin cage to go and pull the balloon as much as I possibly can and get back to zappies. So we'll see if he decides to go in for a aggressive freeze or if he's just gonna let that thing go and not try to cheese. So pretty good. That's decent for us. I can't let that fly machine roll by itself. I need to get some extra value here. So I'm going to go in for the Golden Knight and then I'm going to force out the bowler, which is awesome because look at that. The fly machine didn't even cross the river yet. Wait, the fly machine stays. We can go in for a Royal Hogs in front and we're going to force out even more elixir that isn't targeting my piggies. Let's freaking go, baby. You already know that is likely going to be almost his entire tower. So I'm going to fly machine again. Oh, no, that is his entire tower. Oh, no, no. He tried to activate King Tower. Yo, the flying machine is going to go pick up the scraps. Here's the thing, though. Even though this looks really good, I'm still freaking scared. Lumberjack Balloon Freeze, when you only have Zappies and Fly Machine and Goblin Cage, is the worst matchup for this deck if you can't take a tower early. So as you guys saw, I tried to scramble and keep my Fly Machine alive as long as possible, and then build counter pushes after that. So that's the way that I like to play this matchup. It's not necessarily always the most reliable thing in the game, but that's how you want to play it if possible. Try to take towers in single elixir. So notice how he's trying to do some shenanigans and then you know, make me think that I'm going to go and have to defend the left-hand side, and then he goes full right. That's how you really have to focus up and just be like, okay, my opponent is trying to pull the wool over my eyes and trying to just cruise through with this aggressive strategy. Make sure you don't dedicate too much elixir until you actually see the balloon.
If I don't see the balloon, I am not going to Sword in the Moon with all my freaking flying cards and dedicate them for no reason.
Instead, I'll cycle my Barb Barrel in the back, as you guys are about to see. Maybe I'll split my Zappies. Nope, not going to split them this time. I guess I can go in for a really high Goblin Cage here and say hello to my little friend. Bye, Balloon. It was nice knowing you. He wasn't able to freeze everything at once. He's going to try to get the Baby Dragon to kill my tower, but it's not going to work. The Fly Machine should be able to finish everything off. I don't even want to dedicate arrows yet because it's not worth it. I do need to go in for a Zappies here last second so the Baby Dragon doesn't lock onto my tower, and I walk away with a pretty dominant win. As you guys can see, just got to play safe, and if you do that, after you take a tower in single elixir, you're going to walk away with a dominant victory. We're ending the day in the best type of way at top 2,000 with over 2,000 medals for the first time this season. When your opponent's elixir is low, Royal Hogs Royal Recruits absolutely overwhelms everyone. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.